Hi, Mike Masters with GE Aviation's Customer Training Services in Cincinnati. And in this GE90 Maintenance Minute, we're going to take a look at proper removal and installation of accessory gearbox carbon seals. We're also going to talk about a bit of a hardware and tooling improvement for a couple carbon seals around the gearbox. The carbon seal itself is held into position by 3 bolts. And we'll pull those out real quickly here. With the bolts removed, you'll notice that the housing of the carbon seal has a groove machined into it. That groove is there so we can engage it with this tool. Just by pulling the carbon seal by hand, it's going to be locked into position pretty well. So we engage this tool into that groove, and then the tool's fitted with a slide hammer. There we are, and there's the carbon seal. With the carbon seal removed, we're now ready to go remove the mating ring as well. Anytime you replace a carbon seal for whatever reason, leaking or what have you, you always want to replace the mating ring at the same time. This is the tool we will use to go capture our mating ring. There we go. And again with the slide hammer. And here is our mating ring. Both the carbon seal and the mating ring each have their own associated packings that must be installed before these things are installed in the gearbox. The carbon seal packing will be in this groove, and the mating ring packing is actually on the inside diameter in this area here. So we'll use the lubricant specified by the AMM on these packings. Nice uniform coat. And this one will be just from the inside, just press it into the groove all the way around. And the same for the carbon seal packing. A little lubricant. And a piece of old discarded packing material is what I like to use. Then I use this old discarded packing, make a couple revolutions around to make sure we haven't stored any twisting energy in that new O-ring. Both of these packings are absolutely critical. They have to be in place and they cannot be damaged during installation, or else you'll have quite the oil loss event. As mentioned before, there's been a product improvement around some of these seals. This is the carbon seal and mating ring for the IDG drive pad on the gearbox, and then again for the backup generator drive pad on the forward side of the gearbox. Different materials, different design features of these components incorporated as a product improvement. What does that mean for us in the field? Not much, really. All you need to remember is that for the IDG mating ring, there's a different set of clamshells, if you will, for the same tool that you saw me use earlier. So you'll have to pay attention in the field. If you have a leaking carbon seal, you'll have to take note, is the carbon seal and mating ring the old design or the new design for the IDG location? That will determine which set of clamshell tools that you end up using. Okay, notice how the mating ring has these 4 rotation tabs right here. That's so the accessory gearbox drive pad has something to grab onto to rotate the mating ring. And here you can see the slots of the drive pad that those mating ring rotation tabs are intended to engage. When installing the mating ring, I like to deliberately misalign those tabs just a little bit and then rotate until you feel the mating ring click into position. That way you know all 4 of those rotation tabs have engaged the slots. You'll also want to use an inspection mirror and a flashlight and get just the right angle and get visual verification that your 4 rotation tabs are properly engaged in their slots. And they are. And then the carbon seal simply presses back into position, and then we'll install our 3 bolts and torque for the AMM specifications. When installing the bolts of the carbon seal, always make sure you use a crisscross torque pattern. And You'll want to do this for both just snugging the bolts down into position, as well as putting the final torque on them per the AMM. And that's it for carbon seal and mating ring removal installation. Hope you enjoyed the Maintenance Minute, and I'll see you next time.